Now they sleeping in the field since they kicked them out the skate park. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me talk about Brooklyn Film Festival last night. I want to say thanks to Vice Sports for the presentation. I want to say thank you, Arlo Eisenberg, legend of rollerblading. I want to say thank you to Billy O'Neill. I want to say thank you to Jay. Yeah, thank you, Arlo. And here's my opinion on the film. So I can't show you it, everyone, but let me tell you, it's good. So at a time in the 90s, you can say there was some type of friction between rollerbladers and skateboarders. And one day, Big Brother, a magazine about skateboarding, came up with a piece with Arlo Eisenberg, calling rollerbladers gay and all this nonsense and picking on rollerbladers because it just looks weird and yeah. So, but the film responds with a message that we all can relate though at the end. Is that we all skate, we all blade, we all love what we do for our skate parks, for our future of all of our sports, because there are a lot of people in our sport and there are people outside our sport that do not want this sport, rollerblading, to thrive. So, with that said, everyone, I just want to share my opinion because it was a very good, sorry, fixing my microphone. It was a very good film. And most rollerbladers would have thought it would have been like some skate video session. No, this is the Brooklyn Film Festival. And Vice Sports decided to feature on rollerblading for a reason, because rollerblading never died. We just took rollerblading and we wanted to focus rollerblading as a pop culture, and it has its freedom, because there was a time in X Games, yeah, they didn't want rollerbladers in X Games, so we don't need X Games. We never did need the X Games. And that's what people have to understand in North America. It may feel a little bit different in Asia because there's X Games in Asia and rollerblading is in Asia. But I want to talk to my age across the pond. I live among you. I know how it is. But you have to understand the foundation of rollerblading everywhere. Not everyone appreciates rollerblading. And now, well, before, a lot of people did not appreciate the fact we were just a bunch of kids, not selling drugs, not doing anything harmful, not committing any crimes, just skating. People wanted to, mind you, make rollerblading a crime. That was silly at one point. If you guys, listen, we could go deep and dive into this legislation, how rollerblading could be a disaster for people. Yeah, but listen, the film focused on the hardships, the uprise of rollerblading, the hardships of rollerblading, and the downsides of rollerblading. So with that said, everyone, I just wanted to share my opinion on the Brooklyn Film Festival with Vice Sports yesterday. That's where I was. And my opinion, Vice and Arlo, is it was good. It wasn't a skate video, even though we featured some women that had some really powerful tricks to show, because this sport is dominated by men. Let's be real about this. It's dominated by men. And men like to not give women that clout they're looking for. They don't want to share it. They don't want to share the same floor, the same skate park. So, and you have to thank Kelly Matthews, Selima Senga, you have to thank Fabiola De Silva, Shasha. You have to take these other women from back in the day also that helped bring rollerblading forth towards and for women. So with that said, everyone, I just think it was a very good film, and not a lot of rollerbladers showed up, which I'm very disappointed. You know who really showed up? mostly the OGs, mostly the OGs. See, and that is why our generation is separate. Now, we had Gigi. She's young. She was there. I appreciate that you came. There were few people that came, right? But I expected a freaking crowd. But I know seats were limited. Maybe that was also the reason. But, yeah. I just think the film was a great success, in my opinion, by Sports. And I think you did I think the director for this film did a very good job focusing and debunking some of the things that skateboarders thought about rollerbladers. And this is coming from the writer of Big Brother Skateboarders. Yeah. This is coming, yeah. This is coming from the writer himself, saying he respects rollerbladers now. For him, it was just young, experimental, being wild, but being straightforward about what you care about. Until you see, when you get older, you start seeing more things. You start to realize it's not in that circuit that you thought it was. So with that said, it was a great film. I hope this video shares some good light on the subject. And for me, it was pleasant. But, you know, I stayed, I talked to a few people, and I left. And once they talk about go party, hang out, I'm like, nope, got work, got to be. Everyone's like, we got work tomorrow too. I was like, you're right, but I'm on a hustle. So with that said, everyone, subscribe, like, and share. This is just my opinions about the Brooklyn Film Festival yesterday in downtown Brooklyn. And I hope you guys could relate. Hopefully Vice Sports will release the video soon so you guys can see for yourselves. I think it's a good piece. Billy O'Neill said very, very good suggestional things in that video. And I was like, he smacked the crap with the answers, bro. He smacked the living, yo. Thank you, Billy O'Neill, for delivering your take on rollerblading. Thank you for saying that we don't need the X Games. Thank you for speaking truthfully like a New Yorker, bro. Because all these other rollerbladers here, they're not speaking truthfully. So with that said, thank you, Arlo Eisenberg. Thank you, Bricks. Thank you, Art Media House. Thank you, Vice Sports. It was a pleasure. Thank you. Happy birthday, Jay. But thank you, everyone, for the invite. And this is just my opinion now. And I hope you guys are satisfied. With that said, I'm Kiki Alexander Bailey. You know me as The Panda Photographer or Panda in the streets of New York. I'm an independent journalist, photographer, consultant. I'm a sports enthusiast. I do lots of rollerblading. I used to do a lot of snowboarding and wakeboarding, but I don't do it anymore. If I did, if I was going to go to someone's house and they had a wakeboard, oh, you know, it's game on. But anyway, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe, like, and share. You want to support directly. As I also, like I said, I'm just like any other filmmaker trying to make a name for themselves out here. Struggling, trying to fight the good fight. Sharing stories is important. So support the channel, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Ooh. Oh, my pen, that just popped up. Like I was explaining, thank you for watching. As someone that does sports, and like myself, rollerblading, did snowboarding for a long time, wakeboarding. If I was to go to someone's house in vacation, they had a wakeboard, you know it's game on. But as I was trying to explain before, the stupid Starbucks internet wanted to pop up. But I swear, like the new iPhone settings are turning my Wi-Fi on when I turn it off. Or is it just me? But anyway, have a good day, everyone. Subscribe, like, and share. I hope you enjoy my take. Hopefully Vice will release this film so you guys can see it. Vice Sports, that is. Go follow them on Instagram. I tagged them in this video too. So, see ya.